What's up, beautiful people? Another day, another study. This study really hits home because I've seen this happen in my personal life. And I actually just saw a patient last week who this was happening to. And you talk to any doctor, and they'll tell you they've seen it where people retire and literally life just falls apart. Their mental health deteriorates, their physical health deteriorates. We've seen it where people die really soon after retiring. This particular case that I saw was the family was very concerned that their mother was depressed. And I asked, well, what's going on? What does she do all day? What does she like to do? Has she stopped doing what she liked to do? Normal questions. And the family was like, she just sits on social media all day or she watches TV. So through her normal day, there was very little meaningful cognitive engagement with her environment. And that'll make anyone depressed. I saw that with my parents. My dad, when he retired, was sitting around watching daytime TV all day, and things went off the rail. His health deteriorated physically and mentally. It's so important that we think about retirement as a way to reframe what we're doing and how we interact with the world. Not that we can just do whatever we want to do and we don't have to think anymore and we don't have to work anymore. You always need to have your brain cognitively engaged. Now, what's interesting is we've seen in previous studies that sedentary behavior is associated with risk of dementia. And there is evidence to suggest that replacing sedentary behavior with physical activity can reduce dementia risk and improve cognitive performance. This is nothing earth-shattering. I think one of the best things that we could do as a society is meet the bare minimum recommended physical activity guidelines. Joelle had a reel about this the other day that I reposted that talked about how only 1 in 4 adults meet the recommendation for aerobic and strength training. You got to do both, people. Anyway, when we look at sedentary behaviors, it's not all the same, right? There are mentally passive sedentary behaviors, which is like watching TV or doom scrolling on social media. Then there's mentally active sedentary behaviors like office work, like reading, doing puzzles, playing chess, whatever. We know that mentally passive sedentary behavior is associated with depressive symptoms, while mentally active sedentary behavior has beneficial effects on depression. This study actually examined the two and dementia risk, and they tried to do a modeling study where they replaced sedentary behavior with physical activity to see what happened. Now, in the fully adjusted model, the mentally passive sedentary behavior had a non-statistically significant association with dementia. Each 1 hour of mentally active sedentary behavior reduced dementia risk by 4%. Older participants benefited more than younger participants, increasing mentally active sedentary behavior by an hour daily and keeping passive behavior the same and exercise the same, reduced dementia by 11%. And substituting 60 minutes of mentally passive for mentally active sedentary behavior was associated with a 7% reduction in dementia in the modeling analysis. So overall, this adds to the body of literature suggesting to keep your brain healthy across the lifespan. And one of the ways to do so is by staying engaged in cognitively demanding tasks. Now, right now, shameless plug for my friend Tommy Wood's book. I highly suggest you go out there and you get this book if you're interested in learning more about neuroscience and what we can do across the lifespan to keep our brain healthy. I'm working my way through it now. I'm finding it engaging. I'm finding the way he presents the literature to be engaging, but also relevant and also easy to understand. So go get the book. You can buy a physical copy. You can get the Audible. I'm listening to the Audible.